What's going on, everybody? Today I will be ranking the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Yes, Avengers Infinity War is coming out this Friday, and yeah, I can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome. See, I thought I'd rank all of them, and before I say, this is my personal opinion, and I like all these movies. I don't think any of them are terrible. I think the worst they can get is okay. But just remember, it's my opinion. Please don't hate. Please don't hate. And please don't put in the comments, your ranking sucks, you're a stupid kid, and to go kill myself. And your number 11 spot should not be at number 11. It should be at number 1. So, and you'll see where I'm getting to in a minute. But I like most of these movies. I like all these movies. So, yeah. Let's not waste more time. Let's get into it. So, coming in at number 18 this isn't the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, but it is my least favorite for nostalgia, and that's Iron Man 3. I think this is a good movie. Or it's not really good, but I think it's fine. It's not the worst. No, it's not the worst. Let me get to the positives. The final battle at the end was awesome, and Tony's suit in this was awesome, and Robert Downey Jr. was great. Those were the goods, but when I first saw this movie in theaters, I absolutely hated it. I was like 8 or 9 years old. I absolutely despised it. Just the stuff with the Mandarin twist, being an Iron Man fan, reading the comic books, him versus the Mandarin, his biggest villain in the comic books, and seeing the trailers where he gets his house nuked by him. I was so excited, and then they just made him a fraud. I remember that always made me so mad. And I remember it made me mad. Excuse me. How that turns out the real Mandarin, quote, real Mandarin, turned out to be this villain I never heard about before. And just, yeah, this movie has a lot of problems, but it's fine now. Like, looking back, it's not horrible. Like, it's actually better than my number 7 and number 6. It's actually a much better film than number 7 and number 6, but it's not the worst, but it is my least favorite for nostalgia. Alright, coming in at number 17 is Thor: The Dark World. A lot of people hate this movie. I don't hate this movie. I honestly don't. Alright, but Thor: The Dark World. I don't hate this movie, but it's not very good. I think it's very forgettable, and this movie's just the most forgettable MCU movie. And honestly, though, what do you remember about this movie? I can barely remember the main villain, Malekith, the Dark Elf, or something like that. And yeah, this movie's forgettable, but it's not terrible. Like, it has some fine action, I guess, and it can get annoying, but it's not horrible, but it's not the greatest. This mask's hard to breathe in. If you're wondering what happened to my old mask, can't find it, so I'm wearing this. Coming in at number 16 is Iron Man 2. This movie is just, it's fine. I used to love it when I was like, 6, 5 years old, something like that. I used to love this movie. Looking back, it's not the greatest, but it still has some cool moments. Like the final battle at the end was pretty awesome. And yeah, I like this movie. I think it's fine. It's not terrible. It's not good. It's fine. Alright, now we get to the goods. All these films, the rest of these films, I think they're at least good. So yeah, coming in at number 15 is The Incredible Hulk. I think this is a very underrated movie. It's not great, but I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. The scenes with the Hulk were awesome, and the final battle between him and Abomination was awesome. And if you would have asked me if I liked this movie when I was 4 years old, I'd throw a basketball at your head and say, "Of course I did. This was the greatest movie ever." Yeah, same thing with this and the first Iron Man. I had like all the action figures. I absolutely love these movies. But no, like Incredible Hulk had some awesome moments, but just very forgettable. It's kind of boring at times. So yeah. Coming in at number 14 is Thor. I think this is a pretty good movie. Yeah, I like this movie. It's a good fish out of water story. And I hate fish out of water stories when it's something like this. Like we get this beautiful world, and yet we spend most of our time on Earth. I kind of hated that, but that was my biggest complaint, and yeah, this is a good movie. You know, it's just a good movie. Alright. Coming in at number 13 It's Captain America: The First Avenger. I think this is a pretty good movie. I think this is really good, actually. I like it a lot. I think it's kind of underrated too. I mean, I know people still liked it, but I still thought it was pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty good. Coming in number 12 is Ant-Man. This is just a fun movie. This is a fun movie. It has plenty of action. Yeah, it's pretty good, honestly. This is a really good movie. Now we get in from the mediocres to the goods to the greats. And now here's my number 11 spot, and I'm going to get a lot of hate, and I do mean a lot of hate. Just remember, it's my opinion. I still thought this movie was great, but I thought this movie was great. I don't have that much problem with it. It's just not my favorite. I like more films more than it, and yeah, I just, please don't hate. And no, I like this film a lot. I think it's a good film. I think it's a great film. Coming in number 11 is Black Panther. Now put your guns away and put your death threats in the comments away. Don't tell me to go kill myself, that I'm gay and everything, plus just don't. Let me hear me out. I think this movie's really good. I think it's great. Killmonger is a great villain. Black Panther has some good action and a good story. And Claw was a great villain too. It's not as good as Killmonger, but Claw was still pretty good. And Black Panther was a fun movie. It was good. But it's just not my favorite. That's all. I like this movie a lot. I really do. I think it's a great movie. Just please don't hate me for it. Coming in number 10 is Avengers: Age of Ultron. When I was 10 years old, or 11, and I saw this movie, absolutely loved it. I thought it was like the greatest movie of all time. I'm not kidding. I thought this and other movies were like the greatest movies ever. I used to love this movie a lot. It's still a great movie. I still think this is an awesome movie. I love this movie. Alright. Coming in at number 9 is Doctor Strange. I like this movie a lot. When I first saw this movie when I was like 12 years old in theaters, I thought it was just going to be good. But turns out this movie was friggin' fantastic. Like, visually, the visuals and the action are incredible. And I absolutely loved it. And the villain wasn't that great, but Benedict Cumberbatch, I think that's his name, he made a great Doctor Strange. And I absolutely loved it. Yeah, Doctor Strange is a great film. Has great effects, great action, and yeah. Coming in number 7 and 8, I like these films the same, is Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. I'll start off with the first one. First one is a great movie, and it's a great movie, and yeah, I love it a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's great. Volume 2, same thing. It's a lot of fun. It's great. But in Volume 2, though, like, they're more of like a team in this one, which I really do enjoy. And some of the characters can be more enjoyable in this one. Like, I thought almost all the characters were more enjoyable in this one. Like, Drax was way more enjoyable, and Groot was actually more enjoyable. And that was saying a lot, because Groot was like probably one of the best parts of the first movie, and his sacrifice was so sad. The first Guardians was so good, it made me get emotional when a tree died. That's how good it was. But yeah, I think they're both great films. I think they're both a lot of fun. And yes, Volume 2 had a much better villain than the first one. But the villain in Volume 2 was like very dark. But yeah, Ego. So yeah, I like these movies a lot. I think they're great movies. Alright. Coming in at number 6 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This was another case like Doctor Strange. I was watching this movie thinking, I'm sure it's going to be good, but it's probably not going to be anything spectacular. I was completely wrong. This movie was awesome. It had so much action, had so much characters. It was so awesome. I think this is a great movie. And yeah, I love this movie. It's awesome. And now we get down to my top 5. I love all these movies. They're all great movies. Coming in at number 5 is the first Iron Man. This movie is fantastic. It's a great movie. Robert Downey Jr. is fantastic. The effects are awesome. The action's great. I love it. I love the story behind Iron Man. I think my top 5 favorite best backstories for superheroes is in no particular order, and these are just some examples: is Superman, Batman, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and I don't know, my number 5. I don't know my number 5, but find my top 4 then. Oh, the X-Men. Of course, the X-Men. But yeah, Iron Man, though, has a great backstory. And it's just awesome. This movie is just awesome. And I absolutely love it. It's just so awesome. First Iron Man is awesome. Coming in at number 4 is The Avengers. The Avengers, when I first saw this movie when I was like 8 years old, I thought it was really good. But the hype kind of killed it for me. Same thing with the first Guardians. Like, when I first saw the first Guardians, I thought it was awesome, but it kind of made me mad because if I saw a superhero movie and they didn't fight the main bad guy at the end, I wouldn't have liked it. And that's the thing, like, in Guardians, though, they didn't really fight Ronan the Accuser. They did, but, you know, like, not what I wanted. But that doesn't matter now. I still love it. Anyway, like, in Avengers, though, like, I didn't like, when I first saw it, I didn't like how they all, I mean, even though they did all fight Loki, but, like, not one-on-one, or 6-on-1. That's what I meant. But this movie's awesome. But the nostalgia aside, because I still thought this movie was awesome. As a little kid, I just didn't think it was the best. I thought, like, the first Iron Man was the best, and stuff like that. But I still think this movie's awesome. I love it. It's just fun. It's just so much fun. It's just awesome. It's the Avengers. It's awesome. Coming number 3 is Thor Ragnarok. This movie was just awesome. It was so much fun. And, yeah, it was just so much fun. It had so many awesome characters. I love Thor. I love Hulk. I love Korg. Korg is hilarious. I love Valkyrie. I love Hulk. Did I say Hulk? I'm not sure. I probably did. I love Loki. You know, I love Meek. And yeah, Hela was a great villain. The Grand Master was a great villain. Yeah, it was awesome. It took Planet Hulk, mixed it with a fun Thor story where Hela was the villain, and it blended nicely. And a lot of people's main complaint with Ragnarok was there was too much comedy in it. I'm like, really? Really now? You're gonna complain about laughing in a fun movie? Really? Just really. But anyway, though, but I love this movie. I think it's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. It's action-packed. It has great comedy and great characters. And yeah, I love this movie. This is a movie that made me, like, make Thor one of my, like, top 6 favorite characters. Because before, I still loved Thor. I loved Thor. He just wasn't, you know, he was probably my number 10 favorite Marvel hero. But this made me love Thor. So coming in at number 2 is Captain America Civil War. I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. It's so awesome. It introduces Spider-Man to the MCU. Introduces Black Panther. It has so much stuff going on. And a lot of people think Winter Soldier is better than Civil War. And I'm like, really? Winter Soldier was awesome, but if anything, it was just filler. It really was. Civil War had so much stuff going on. And I'm just like, really? People thought Winter Soldier was better? I mean, I respect your opinion, but it's just weird. But anyway, though, Civil War was awesome. Had great action, had a great story. It was, to me, there's like different types of genres for comic book movies. You get the dark drama, you know, movies like the Dark Knight trilogy. And then you get the action drama like, you know, the whole Captain America trilogy, especially Civil War and stuff like that. Then you just get fun comedy entertainment like Spider-Man Homecoming and Thor Ragnarok and Avengers and all those good ones. And then, but I love this movie. Civil War was a great movie, and I absolutely love it. And my number 1 favorite MCU movie is Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah, I love this shirt. The shirt's awesome. But yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming was just the Spider-Man movie I needed. It was so much fun. I love this Spider-Man. I loved everything about this movie. It had a great story. It had great characters. It had great action. It had a great villain. This was everything a superhero movie should be. Just one simple word. Fun. It had great comedy, great action, great characters. You know, the effects weren't that good, but besides that, great story, great villain. This movie was awesome. I absolutely loved it. Tom Holland was the best Spider-Man, like, ever. I absolutely loved him as Spider-Man. And yeah, he was great. Michael Keaton was a great Vulture. And yeah, I love the story though. Like, it's not just a take over the world plot. Like, Spider-Man's doing this because he thinks it's the right thing to do. Like, to stop the Vulture like this. But yeah, I love this movie. And I know this is barely anybody's #1 favorite, but it's my personal favorite. And Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so. And yeah, this is the best Spider-Man movie. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and please respect my opinion. Please don't put hate comments in the videos. Like I said, I liked Black Panther. I thought it was awesome. It's just not my favorite. So please don't hate me for putting Black Panther so low. And hope you guys enjoyed, and good night, everybody.